وهذه الحلقة الثالثة من هذه السلسلة، معناته فيها حرق للي قبلها. الحلقات السابقة في الكرت والشرح. في البداية أشكر المنتسب الجديد الكينج أبو زهرة، غير أنه كينج يدعم القناة بسوبر ثانكس مرتين، فشكرا له. وبارك لرشود GH بالحصول على شارة الدايموند. هذه الشارات كمان مهمة لما نسوي تصويت للألعاب والبطولات القادمة. رتبة الدايموند مثلا لها 12 نقطة مقارنة بالبلات 6 وهكذا. بعد هذه السلسلة إن شاء الله راح ننزل تصويت للمنتسبين يصوتون للبطولة القادمة عن أي لعبة تكون. قرأت تعليقاتكم وكم مرة جاء السؤال إيش هو القانون الأول في روكت ليج. كوني من الناس اللي بدوا لعب روكت ليج أول يوم نزلت سنة 2015 راح أقول لكم معلومات تلخبط. وقتها كان رول 1 الأصلي هو إن خلص الوقت والكرة طايرة ممنوع تخليها تلمس الأرض بغض النظر مين متقدم. يفضل الخصم المهزوم هو يطيحها وكذا يصير تستحق الفوز. رول 2 هي إن اصطدم لاعبين ونشبوا ما حد يفك الاشتباك مهما حصل. مع الوقت جو ناس جدد في اللعبة وبالغلط صاروا يسمون القانون الثاني هذا رول 1 لأنهم ما يدرون إن فيه أصلا قانون أول، لأنه نادرا أحد يطبقه إن كان متقدم، فصار بعضهم يسمونه رول 0 لأن قانون الاشتباك هو صار رول 1. والصفر كمان مناسب للقانون إنك ما تطيح الكورة لأنه الوقت يخلص ويصير صفر. القوانين هذه نشأت بشكل طبيعي، اللاعبين هم اخترعوها والشركة مع الوقت اعترفت فيها واعترفت حتى باختلاف المسميات هذا وسوت فيديو سينمائي عنها.
Well, go ahead and break off, old-timer. You don't think I know Rule 1? You break off. I'd never break a Rule 2. Rule 2? Oh, you're one of them. I've got all day, baby. Break off? You know you want to. Never. Well, respect. Respect. But seriously, break off.
والآن نرجع للبطولة. رغم ان اسمهم رول 1 لكنهم كسروا رول 1 واستحقوا المسح 3-0 من BDS. وهذا مقطع نزل قبل شهر ونص تقريبا من سانلس خان اللي أسس فريق رول 1 مع انسيفيك.
Look, they lock up. Should hold it. He doesn't. So what happens? Own goal, baby.
أحلى شيء لما نكسر القانون ويجيب العيد. بعد ما كسر روس رول 1 في اليوم التالي علموه كيف يعتذر بالإنجليزي واعتذر.
We saw Rule 1 playing yesterday. In that match, they broke a Rule 1.
They did.
Shouldn't have done that.
Shocking.
Shouldn't have done that. And actually, Roas, who was a part of that catastrophic situation, had something he wanted to say.
Hey guys, I broke Rule 1 today. I'm sorry for that. I thought it was going in net. And it will not happen again. See you later.
When you apologize for something, like I have 2 kids, like if they say sorry and then smile at me, that's not gonna work.
Say, see you later.
That's not
I believe this many words of what he said.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm doing? If I'm Power, I'm putting him in a Rule 1 immediately.
Let's see if he does it,
I'm
folks.
finding him, I'm going to chase him, I'm locking him in, and I want to see if he's a man of his word.
والآن نزلوا رول 1 دوري المهزومين. في الجهة الأخرى فريق باور انهزموا أول مباراة لهم ضد سبيس ستيشن 3-1 ونزلوا دوري المهزومين وفازوا ضد فريق جراوند زيرو 3-1. والآن راح يواجهون فريق رول 1. فريق رول 1 نعرفهم. صبر خلي الاسم يجي. زي ما ظنيت، المهاجم كليرز والوسط محسن وكاسر القانون المدافع روس. فريق باور الاسترالي تأسس سنة 2021 وفي آخر 3 بطولات محلية أداؤه زاد بشكل مخيف. أول بطولة فاز المركز الخامس مكرر، ثاني بطولة فاز الأول هازما فريقي جراوند زيرو وبايونيرز 4-1 للكل، وفي البطولة المحلية الثالثة مسحهم 2-4-0 والآن هو في أعز قوته. فريق باور يتكون من الاسترالي فيفر، هذا اختارهم هجومه ودفاعه قوي. الاسترالي تورسوس من أقدم اللعيبة اللي يحترفون روكت ليج من 2016. والاسترالي الفيس أقصد أنفيس دفاعه قوي من قوته تحول هجوم. هذا تصويت المعلقين والمشاهدين.
Not only do I think Rule 1's got this, I think they're going to have about 84% of the chat vote.
Someone broke a Rule 1.
You're not.
And that is going to curse their bracket. Give me Power.
Give me Rule 1, I'm rolling with Mina.
Give me Rule 1 on this one as well. This is Rule 1's.
It's going to be 90.
You're way off.
Pretty close though. You're being 10% off.
الفوز هنا من 3. الفائز يتأهل للجولة الثالثة من تصفيات دوري المهزومين والمهزوم يطلع برا نهائيا. يلا ما نطول عليكم أكثر. انجوي. المباراة هذه على التوب 8 اللي يفوز فيها يصير من أقوى 8 أفرقة وفرصة كبيرة يرفع نقاط منطقته وراح يلعب أمام الجمهور.
If Power can make the run, same for Tainted Minds. If Rule 1 can make a run of their own, there's still hope for them as well. And so now all people, even version 1 watching this, no matter how this goes, version 1's still gonna have to wait to see how the cookie crumbles.
يلا بسم الله نبدأ الجيم الأول من هذه المواجهة اللي تعتبر صراحة جدا مهمة. من تصورها راح تكون بهذه الأهمية. ليش مهمة؟ لأن فريق باور قلت لكم لما انهزم أول مباراة نزل دوري المهزومين ولعب هناك ضد مين؟ ضد جراوند زيرو، أقوى ثاني فريق في منطقتهم أوشيانا أوقيانوسيا، وهزموهم. وقلت لكم أصلا هزموهم في البطولة المحلية الثانية 4-1 ومسحوهم في الثالثة 4-0. ففريق باور الآن أقوى فريق في منطقتهم، والآن أقوى فريق في المينا ضد أقوى فريق في أوقيانوسيا.
Back wall flip reset goal. And that was just one of the two amazing goals that he had. Fever went lights out. Gibbs also hyped up Amphis, one of the more mechanical players out of the region. But you also cannot forget about Torsos. Torsos has been around for so long, was a part of that legendary OCE team that finished top 6. I believe it was the Chiefs. And he was also a part of Alpha Sydney, who are the shining star of OCE. So if anyone can do it as well, it is Torsos.
A legendary player is Torsos, and his team are having to do some defending early doors, as expected. Rule 1. The favourites here, unless you ask Gibbs, are going to be doing some work in attack. I mean, you look at Kalias, the amount of goals he's got over there in the MENA region, almost elevating above his twin brother in Ruas. So many storylines congregating together right now, but I love the way Power play. It's a little bit scrappy, but it's certainly entertaining. That pass goes to nowhere, and Ruas air dribbles away.
منطقة المينا وأوروبا يتواجهون كثير مثل المواجهة الثانية ضد BDS. الجيم الأول فيها كان ممتع جدا ومليء بالأهداف، مجموع 7 أهداف، لكن الجيم الأول ضد كرو اللي من منطقة جنوب أمريكا كان فقير أهداف، 0-0 إلين الوقت الإضافي، لأنه نادرا ما تتواجه هذه المناطق ضد بعض زي هذه المنطقتين.
Their talent, but there's a certain amount of grit and determination that we've seen out of OCE that you can just never count them out.
Rule 1 finally qualifying for that first major they were so desperate for after watching Falcons claim all the plaudits pretty much at the start of the Open era. Falcons this season have had 2 top 12 finishes, while Rule 1 have already matched that. This is to do just that little bit better and really cement their claim as the takeover team in Middle East and North Africa. Ruas pushes that one to the side. Osand.
حلو استلام الكرة في الجو، لو كانت قرصة كرة في الجو كان ممكن تيجي صاروخ وغير متوقع على المرمى.
Surprisingly slow and steady game 1.
So far, but both teams have players that can pop off. You give them the boost in the space, and they'll make that solo play. Right now, we see Torsos in the air going for a flip reset. Potentially, no, just tries to tip it down. Fever will take over. Boston doesn't get the most out of that ball. This will actually open the door a bit here for Torsos, who gets a waterfall. Almost gets the rebound.
تورسوس تحول إلى دروبز وأحسن حتى نزل الكرة وبغى يجيب لمسة ثانية هدف.
And it was for Power.
They'll keep on going though. Fever flip reset.
عداد الفوضى وصل السقف لما تفنن تورسوس واجبر 2 يصدون رمية أنفيس. فيفر لقطها امام كليرز وزقلها فوق محسن بإعادة شقلبة غير متوقعة، تعدت حتى أقوى الدفاع وجابوا الهدف الأول.
It was a flip flop is what we'll call it.
No, I mean that was anything but a flop. It ended up going in. But you know what? Power, they will take it. A strong start for them. And they almost had a goal just a little bit before that, but now you see a bump bailed out. I mean, I did not catch who that was on that back line, but that was a really nice cover because you saw the bump come through.
Confidence from Power as well. The fake kickoff straight after taking the lead in game 1. They're opening up their box of tricks, remember. Ground zero in this arena right now. I can actually see them in front of me. I'm being waved at by them, hello. Watching this one, praying that Power can do the unthinkable. Top 6 they have to get in order for Ground Zero to join us in Düsseldorf. Rule 1 trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Here's Mossad, he's going to sneak it in. Fever saves it.
محسن ناولها الروس اللي رجعها له وشات من الجو، لكن فيفر صاحب الهدف الأول صدها على آخر لحظة.
Time and now a breakout. Amphis will launch it towards net, but Monson was there.
Fever in the corner, up against Mossad. Power are just slowing the game down expertly at the moment. Amphis into the side, and then there's the prod forward. They can turn this one into an attack. Fever misses. Mossad can try and tee up a teammate, but it's just a Torsos. There's no one there for Rule 1. They have boost in reserves, not doing much with it at the moment.
Gotta be careful though with these 1-goal leads.
رول 1 عندهم آخر 50 ثانية للتعديل، لازم يحولون الاستراتيجية الآن لهجوم قوي عشان يجبرون باور على فتح ثغرة في الدفاع.
Quite quiet. They're playing boom ball, not really keeping possession, not really playing with a lot of confidence. We do see some individual play here from Ruas. Ruas going for the backboard pass, but the defense from Power still holding on. Another weak shot will be an easy save there for Fever. Fever has been key on the back line. Now a pre-jump shot, rebound out in front of net, and that's swept off the line by Fever.
دفاع قوي من باور، لكن رول 1 أوشكوا يجيبوا التعادل.
Is in the world. like a slithering snake when he has the ball on the floor through the grass. Power have to be careful, but this one's to the sky. Here's Kalias in the corner. Rule 1 ending the first game on top, as you'd expect. Mosan, there's a pass in the center if he can find it, but he goes into the corner. Fever charges him down, and he keeps the play alive for Power. Every second that ticks by is closer for Power opening up this game, but it does stay high.
Fever trying to get this out, kept alive.
باور حافظوا على هدفهم وفازوا جيمهم الأول.
Take game 1, and I mean, you could see the confidence. They're not getting overly hyped about it. Fever was spectacular that game, getting the only goal off his flip-flop reset.
We've coined that now, have we? That's official.
خلاص اعتمدوا فليب فلوب ريسيت. إعادة شقلبة منوبة وزبطت على الآخر.
Keeping that pressure on. However, you saw that.
هذه النقاط.
But it's about knowing how to deal with each situation.
No, the last thing you want to do is panic, and he was weaving through the defense. So if you give him more space, you give him the opportunity, he'll fight you eventually.
Well, Rule 1 have been put under a little bit of pressure so far in this event. Even at the start, it was against Crew. Went to an OT in 3 of the 4 games. They won a couple of them, but they did lose game 2. So, you know, it sounds silly to say, but they've had the experience of losing games, coming back to win, which in this environment, you know, every little bit of something else you learn helps.
Oh, no doubt about it.
دخلنا في الجيم الثاني. الجيم الأول كان تقريبا 0-0 زي جيم كرو، لو ما شفنا الفليب فلوب ريست اللي فاجأت الخصم والمشاهدين كحد سواء، وافتتحت المواجهة بالهدف اللي لا زال الهدف الوحيد في المواجهة. فكيف راح يكون رد رول 1؟
Power reacts to having this 1-goal lead. Flip reset from Fever rather.
You mixed them.
I know. They're both so good out there on the field, man.
I almost did that a lot of times when they were playing each other. I don't blame you. Pretty similar. Here is Ruas around the back of his own goal. Clears up against Fever. Fever, does he let Torsos on? We've seen a fake plenty of times so far at this event. It seems to be the meta play, faking the aerial and letting a teammate come in. Genji winning out earlier on against SSG. That was a huge weapon that they had. There's one. Fever to the left.
في الهجمة الأخيرة تقدموا كل لعيبة باور. لو محسن تقدم وشات الكورة على المرمى ما راح يكون في حارس.
But with Torsos jumping after that as well, they went all in, but they've recovered. And I think that shows you the confidence of Power to be able to go for plays like that and really be ultra aggressive. And they open themselves up to a counterattack, but you know, I love that confidence, and already they're having more power. Flick the rebound! Excellent save from Rawas, but Power are coming close to striking once more.
خطة باور واضحة وضوح الشمس. حطوا كل ما لديكم لإحراز الهدف الأول وبعدين راح يقدرون يحافظون عليه زي الجيم الأول. هذه أكبر فرصة لرول 1 لأنه باور وقت الهجوم يهجرون المرمى.
With how this second game is going, even if the ball is camped in their corner right now, Kalias trying to do something with it, but he's got no momentum. Goes back to Mosan. Ruas winding something up to the backboard with him, but the play's going to die.
And it's so important on those plays, if you are not first to the ball, to at least get the bump. We've seen that quite a bit. That is really important, especially if you are a little bit outpaced. Always at least try to get that bump. You see Ruas dodging it there, and look at the damage he might do. Had a double tap opening. Gets it over to Clears. Now we're starting to see possession here. The infield pass, the shot.
ما لهم باور على خطة الهجوم الثلاثي لأنه غير أنهم فريق هجومي يعرفون هم الآن ضد مين. أقوى فريق دفاعي في المينا وفي أقوى لاعب دفاعي في العالم، فاستثمار كل اللعيبة في هجمة راح تجيب لهم أفضل نتائج إن تراجعوا في الوقت.
It had the composure to stay grounded and it can just wait. Get the ball away. Tee up Anfis. Now his Fever to the backboard with him. Torsos coming in. Ruas saves.
أنفيس رفعها فوق كليرز وسلمها الفيفر اللي ناولها لتورزس، وأنفيس فجر محسن لكن روى الصد رمية تورزس.
Able to see around it, all around though. That was an excellent effort. Now a double tap ball, and it's saved off to the side. Rawas with a perfectly timed backflip shuts down that opportunity.
How much longer can this goal line heroics last? Fever's coming in. He's going to shoot off the backboard,
and it's gone.
He's got it this time.
الهجمة اللي قبلها روس صد رمية فيفر صدة فظيعة بشقلبة خلفية، وبعدين تورزس فجر محسن. فيفر شات، روس نقص بيصد لكن اتضح ان فيفر شات على الجدار ورجعت له وشات اقصى اليسار وجابوا الهدف الاول.
Time where he's trying to reposition in net, you see Fever go for that low altitude double tap and get that bounce shot far post, and the key part was far post. He knew exactly where he needed to put it. It was excellent mechanics And really, Fever is starting to stand out as the MVP for Power, even in the last series against Ground Zero. Now here against Rule 1. It's looking phenomenal.
Starting to boss the stage right now.
اخيرا نشوف الهجوم الثلاثي. اخر مره شفته كان من فالكونز، لكن ما قدروا يبقون عليه طبعا لانه افريقيا زي رول 1 تعتبر مضاد له، فهنا المفروض تكون لهم الافضليه، لكن باور لا زالوا هم الضاغطين، لكن لازم يحسبون حساب المرمى المفتوح هذا.
He had the call to take his time. I think he had a bit less than he thought.
Of course it's off the post. That one has to sting for Rule 1. You're hoping, oh, maybe I'll get lucky off that pinch, but no! Now on the other end! Power denied! Off the crossbar and the post! Clears keeping Rule 1 within striking distance.
Rule 1's force field is staying so firm. Power have only managed to break through it once, and now they counter his Mosan. Ruas in the center just waiting as the straight flip reset Torsos.
دخلنا آخر 50 ثانية ولا زالوا متأخرين بهدف، لا زالوا أصلا صايمين إلى الآن دون ولا هدف.
Kalias over the top of Fever, and this helps him out. Mosan Kalias!
كلير صد رمية محسن بالغلط، مو الآن.
Talk about the wrong place at the wrong time. Clears blocking that shot. It might have been going in. It was a bang play, but now only 30 seconds left. Rule 1 still looking for that first goal.
مانكي مون لو شاف صدة كليز راح تجي جلطة لأنه كان في الوقت والمكان الغلط.
Fire Ruas thought he had a sniff, not to be. 15 seconds away from Rule 1 needing a reverse sweep. Fever, he's slowing it down more. Amphis fancies a bite of it as well. I'm not sure that was the play, and Rule 1 might counter.
Chance for Clears, but Fever up so well. He got his flip as well. Goes for goal. Forces more time off the clock. Torsos will try to hover behind it. It's into Ruas. Ruas, it gets away from him too much.
هنا باور ما كسر رول 2 أو رول 0 لأن اللي طيح الكورة هم رول 1 المتأخرين بهدف، وفازوا باور جيمهم الثاني من تصور بس. باور هنا يضحكون ومبسوطين، ما كانوا يلعبون ضد أقوى فريق في المينا.
And they still look so relaxed. I can't believe it. I thought that at this point they'd be starting to shake, starting to feel a little bit nervy.
روس أكثرهم نقاط و5 صدات.
The most, there was the one shot that Clears accidentally got in the way of, but there has not been any offense to speak of.
ندخل في الجيم الثالث، ومن تصور انه باور يحطون رول 1 تحت ضغط فرصة فوز، انا قلت بالتأكيد راح يفوزون هنا رول 1 وبالراحة، والآن جالس ادعي بس انهم يفوزون.
Maybe they'll sink one, but who else is Torsos? Pushes it out wide. The danger remains on early in game 3. Elias is up, but it's out wide.
كل شيء لأن باور يهددون بهدف في هذا الجيم اللي يعتبر جدا 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 مهم، لأنه لو انهزموا رول 1 هنا راح يعتبرون الناس منطقة أقيانوسية أقوى من المينا، وراح يخرجون رول 1 من الميجر، وراح يخسرون فرصة الحصول على مقعد في كأس العالم، فيصير هم فالكونز يتأهلون فقط لورقة الجامحة الوايلد كارد ويخسرون فتح خانة ثالثة للمينا، على عكس السنة الماضية لما فالكونز قدروا يحصلوا على مقعد في كأس العالم، يعني تصير النتيجة لهذه السنة أسوأ من السنة الماضية رغم تطور منطقة المينا، فهذه المواجهة مهمة، وكل هذا يعتمد على هذا الجيم جدا مهم، مصير منطقة يعتمد عليه.
The winning goal over on Forbidden Temple with that same trick, the sort of mini double. Going for it again, this time via a flip reset. So near to paying dividends. Rule 1 though, they keep it at 0-0. Fever, they're getting each other's way. Surely Rule 1 are gonna sink one. It is Kalias, their goal scorer.
محسن لقطها من تورزوس، فيفر تحمس ورفعها عن أنفس اللي كان بيخلص، ومحسن كمل ناولها الكليرز من الجدار الخلفي وجابها هدف، وأخيرا بعد أكثر من 11 دقيقة توهم فطروا بهدفهم الأول وفي أهم جيم.
And Power finally conceives one. Will that be the spark that ignites Rule 1's comeback?
Twisted minds watching on back at home, and Rule 1 here will certainly be hoping so. This series has not gone their way. A goal like that, a mistake from your opponent, can really wake you up.
The
demo, it should be 2, it is 2. Kalias gets his second.
روس استلم كرة أنفس اللي خبص كم حاجة في الجو وناولها نفسه من الجدار الأيمن، فشخ فيفر وفجر تورزوس ولا حتى سرق هدف أخوه، كذا نقدر نقول أن الإحباط اللي جاء من كسر قانون رول 1 قد راح وتو بدأ يلعب صح، والكمباك ومشروع المسح العكسي شكله بدأ بشكل رسمي.
And Rule 1 have just changed their pace slightly, going for these bumps and demos a little bit more, swatting power away, whereas before, perhaps they were trying to be too perfect. This play might be perfect. Kalias, he gets the extra touch, saved out wide. Power so far on the back foot though, they're almost falling over.
Amphis trying to march this ball downfield, stopped by Kalias. Torsos off the ceiling, now to the ground, pinch. It's going to kick out to Amphis. Amphis tries to set up the shot, even was arcing around looking for a mid boost that wasn't there.
Fever is going to keep the attack going up against Ruas. How's the 50-50? It's, of course, clean from Ruas. into the corner, setting up Kalias onto his hat trick. Maybe is this one sneaking in without the help of Moss, and it doesn't matter.
كليرز ياخذ الكرة بعد تخليصة اخوه، يتعدى تورزس على الجدار وبعده انفس ويناول لمحسن اللي اضطر يفعصها من القائمة الايمن ويجيب الثالث. 3 اهداف في اقل من دقيقتين، وكذا قد تعدوا مجموع اهداف باور اللي فازوا جيمين.
Best chance for that is just pinching it in once it hits the post. And that was a clinical play there, not too difficult. Rule 1, just keeping it simple. But the demos and the bumps are really helping Rule 1 bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, that's Moss's job in this team as well. He is the player who is there surrounding the twins to make sure that whatever they do, he can be at the end of and finishing. And he's done his role to aplomb there. Hits Tostos though into the corner. Power not out of this game yet.
توي بقول جاني احساس الفوز بهذا الجيم دام متقدمين ب3، لكن انفس يقطع تخليصة محسن من الجدار ويناولها لتورزس اللي طوال لشات اقصى اليسار، وكليرز ما قدر يصد وجابوا الاول. كل هذه ال4 اهداف واحنا لسه في النص الاول من هذا الجيم اللي واضح انه مهم وممتع، لكن فارق هدفين فقط.
Down to 2. But still quite the hole to dig themselves out of.
Oh, it almost is another kickoff play. Power have certainly had the kickoff game, which is one thing I certainly didn't expect. There's a mistake from Mossen. Tostos almost gets it in. Who else on the goal line, James? It's Ruas.
كليرز اللي صد.
Something else. And still another chance. Is it in? It is. Amphis picks up his second.
روس شات من الزاوية العالية على فيفر وطارت وصارت مناولة لأنفيس، وتورزس فجر محسن في أفضل وقت على الإطلاق تاركا المرمى فاضي لأنفيس المنفس وجاب الثاني. 5 أهداف في النص الأول، كيف راح يكون النص الثاني والآن فارق هدف واحد فقط؟
Steal that away from them. Now can they steal the game?
Kick off right to Mossen. It's around 1. He's going to try to block that back to the middle. It's bouncing nicely back to Ruas. Ruas flip reset into a 50. But you can see all 3 members of Power jumping after that ball.
I mean, yeah, you mentioned Garrett and Naji earlier. That was the squishy save. They all fancy to go at it. We can do that. Here's Fever though.
مع هجوم ثلاثي كذا باور مهددين بهدف في أي لحظة.
Kalias can get it away though. Can he get the extra touch over Torsos? Not quite this time. And Torsos is following up too. Mossen touch a little bit flaily in the center. Kalias has to clean up. There's a chance for Amphis. He opts for the pass. Fever has a chance.
Wow.
Fever puts it wide.
Oh, and the attack is so aggressive from Power.
هجمة قوية أوشكت تجيب هدف تعادل لباور. رول 1 مع إنه فريق دفاعي، لكن الهجوم الثلاثي المؤقت صح يقدر يغلب الدفاع الثلاثي.
Dodges the bump and gets in the way of the shot. This game started out and it looked like it was going to be a runaway game for Rule 1, but Power really has brought it back.
That's a great pass though. Here's Kalias, second touch. Anyone following him up? Not this time. Ruas. Another clean touch. Rule 1. Every hit they get protection right now. It's just whether Power can close it down. Finally, they get a foot on the ball. Amphis in front of Fever. That's what Amphis loves to do. Be that redirect player. And he gets the 1-2 towards him. But it's Rule 1. They've wrestled back control of this one. A despairing dive from a Power player means nothing. But there might be a counter on for Power.
Lots of boost here for Amphis as well.
رول 1 لازم يصمدون ويتحملون هجوم باور القوي لمدة دقيقة كاملة. باور ودهم يعدلون النتيجة ويفوزون الجيم هذا ويفتكون بأسرع وقت.
Fever trying to get in the block, but that's going to pinch all the way back off the post
again.
It's the same post. How much is Power paying that post?
Whatever it is, it should be more. And the bar and the post again. But it's still going to sneak in. The post did its best job. It still wasn't enough.
رجل القائم، لكن هجوم رول 1 المتعطشين فوز، لا قائم ولا نائم يقدر يصده. هجوم يمين ويسار نتفوا فيهم تنتيف وتقدموا بهدفين.
Bend that one, but it was too much. Rule 1 putting in an insurance goal, and maybe that'll be enough to get him this win in Game 3.
Rule 1, a horrible team to peg back when they have even a 1-goal lead, let alone a 2-goal lead. And to be credit to Power, they gave it a go for 3 as Ruas goes for something a little bit spicy. Came up just a little bit short, it would seem. Rule 1, almost there. The foothold in the series that they so desire. Kalias can't quite get it on target, Ruas.
روس ناول لكليرز اللي ناول أوشات، لكن فيفر قطعها وقطعته كانت أسوأ ما كانوا يطمحوا له، لأنها طارت سريع وارتدت من السقف، نزلت لقت روس ينتظرها ولمسة بسيطة جابت الهدف عشان يرجعون التقدم ب3 أهداف.
Off the ceiling, that is a recipe for disaster. And it was disaster there for Power. Rule 1 with a statement game in Game 3 when their tournament life was at risk.
Rule 1 who came so close against a team BDS who were looking like one of the favorites for this competition.
كليرز قطع رمية تورزس من الدفاع وجاب السادس. لاحظوا ردة فعل باور، ضحك، استهتار في الخصم، استنقاص في أقوى فريق في منطقة المينا اللي فيها أساطير ربوا العالم في طور 1 ضد 1.
Right now for Power, they know they have a little bit of runway still. They got those 2 game wins earlier, 2 1-0 wins. Really tight games. Rule 1 though, Their offense seems to, like they figured out this power defense. Dropping in 6 this game. This next game going to be quite interesting, Cole, to see if Rule 1 can keep that momentum.
فازوا رول 1 جيمهم الأول، جيم ذو 8 أهداف.
Go in.
It's kind of open for Rule 1 at the end.
And I love that Rule 1.
وهذه النقاط كليرز مطرهم شوتات وروس نشفهم صدات.
Test. But Power, they still have 1 game left to win before they claim victory in the series.
Here we go as well. Rule 1 busting out the fake kickoff. They might score from it as well.
ندخل في الجيم الرابع وما خلونا نشوف ركلة البداية زي الناس. الكاميرامان يحتاج لسعة. رول 1 لسه ما خرجوا من ضغط الخسارة وباور متقدمين وعندهم هنا كمان فرصة فوز.
Kalias have got back.
That was the right idea. The demos were working nicely for Power earlier in the series. We'll see if Rule 1 start to dodge them a little bit more like they did last game. Now potential ground pinch, but it got away from Mostyn. Now Kalias get beat by Fever. Torsos launching it upfield. Rawas with the corner boost on the ball. Gets the pass out to Kalias, who's up, but Kalias taking a little bit too much time getting to that ball. Gives it up. Mostyn on the collection. Will go for the flick, but that's cleared out to the corner.
الفوز مهم لباور في هذه المواجهة لأنه إن فازوا هنا راح يفتحون خانة ثالثة لمنطقتهم للمشاركة في الوايلد كارد، وإن كملوا فازوا راح يحجزون المقعد الأخير لكأس العالم.
Teammate, that's smart play. Even if they won't get the next ball, they'll at least slow the game down. Mostyn had no momentum to play with, but still did an incredible amount of damage. Venom does it all with that touch.
Well, it's a race to the ball. There's a demo, but it's a miss from Torsos. Torsos couldn't get around the ball.
تورزوس كان بإمكانه يجيب هذيك الهجمة هدف، كان عنده بوست كافي.
Pinch off to the side, a double commit. There's the leave, and it bounces wide anyway. Rawas and Rule 1 have been demoing so much more, and it has been messing with Power's attack.
You can smell the tension in the air, the scrappiness that we talked about in Power versus Ground Zero earlier. They've managed to make Rule 1 look just as scrappy. Rawas loses the ball to Torsos. Mostyn to the skies again. He loves doing this, taking this touch, slowing it down. Rawas comes in. Does he get the double? He almost does. It falls to Kalias. He can't put it away either.
فيفر انقذهم من هجمة قوية بعد ما تركوا الجدار الخلفي دون دفاع.
This game is paying off.
And you can see Amphis had to go all the way back to Rule 1's corner to get the boost before he rotated back in on defense. Now a chance for Amphis. It's a bump on Kalias, but Kalias still gets the clear downfield. Double tap on the sidewall from Rawas, but now cleared back down the sideline. Mostyn sends it back in. Amphis will go for his second attempt in the air. Just going to stay behind it for the pinch out to the Rule 1 corner. Now hit back downfield. Fever trying to stop it at the midfield.
Rule 1 looking like the faster team at the moment. Looking like the more sophisticated squad as well, but Power can change that with one pass, and they do!
روس تخليصته ما كانت قوية، قطعها تورزوس وفي نفس الوقت ناولها الأنفس اللي سرعان ما شاءتها وجابوا الهدف الأول بعد مرور تقريبا نصف الوقت.
He needs to get there first, but the passing has been on point for Power.
Rule 1, you can see the communication, talking to each other. A real discussion going on. How do we turn this one around? How do we get back into it? They scored 6 in the last game. How they'd love one right now. Kalias might have unlocked the door of the demo. Torsos can't quite get there. Mostyn, he pushed it wide.
كليرز قتل سيارة أنفس في الجو لكن الكرة ما كانت متوجهة على المرمى، جاي يكملها محسن لكن كمان الدقة ما ساعدته وخلصها فيفر. كل الضغط الآن على رول 1، لازم يعدلون النتيجة ولا يخرجون ويخسرون أشياء كثيرة.
Taking out Amphis, so no one there to receive that pass. Kalias around 1. It's an isolation play. Kalias, he goes for the power flick and he just powers through.
كليرز تعدى تورزوس بنقرة اللي هي فليك اللي يسأل وزي في الثانية ورد صدت أنفس وفيفر ما قدر يبعدها رغم بطئها وهي متوجهة على المرمى وعدلوا النتيجة.
No, and it was the Rule 1 player that won out.
And that is a big time play from Kalias with their tournament at risk, being able to make that goal happen in the one-on-one.
Rule 1 so keen to prove that top 12 is not the region's limit. Fever, what a save from him.
باقي أقل من دقيقتين وكل فريق يبحث عن هدف التقدم. لمين راح يكون؟
I thought he'd go to the backboard. Instead he cuts in, looking for bumps, looking for demos, none to be found, so he scuttles back. Kalias in the air. He fakes out Torsos. He gets it into the corner almost, but Fever pushes it wide.
Well done by Fever to pinch that out wide, but now we see Kalias with boost in space. That touch got too far away from him. Wasn't able to keep it going, but it still puts Rule 1 on attack, and there's
3 طاروا الكرة توها مصطدمة في الجو، تدخل مزدوج غريب كنا نشوفه فقط عند فالكونز لكن حتى مو بهذا الارتفاع والكسبان كان باور.
A little bit rushy Rule 1. They can sense that a win's ahead of them. They have to keep their composure, not do anything silly. Where's the defense gone? Amphis is floating in the air. Amphis Thankfully for Power, can just charge through. This will be a clean ball for Rule 1.
كليرز هدد بهدف، هجمات الصدمة في الجو هو اسلوب رول 1، لكن باور كانوا كلهم عند المرمى.
Ruas into the center. He has Kalias clearing a path in front.
كليرز حاول يفجر انفس اللي اضطر ينقز بدري، وتورزوس كان كمان مجبر يدافع في حال انفجر خويه اللي قدر يصد رمية روس.
He gets the dunk, Amphis is up, he goes to the backboard. Ruas pushes wide.
Massive stop there from Ruas, getting back in time to clear it out. This is when the going gets tough. Ruas goes for goal.
روس يلقطها قبل ما يسجلها انفس ويخلصها من الدفاع ويباعد تورزوس ويسرق البوست حقهم، وفيفر يبتلش بها. روس اغتنم الثغرة واقتنص المرمى وهو راجع وجاب الثاني.
Goal. Ruas just gambled on there being a miss in the Power defense. And now for the first time we are going to see Power racing and scrapping to get a goal by themselves. It's another fake kickoff.
باور سووا ركلة مزيفة لكن ما جابت لهم النتيجة المتأمل فيها.
You can see the pre-jump from Amphis leaving Torsos back alone.
آخر ثواني ورول 1 لازم يصمدون. باور راح يستثمرون كل قوة هجومهم بحثا عن التعادل.
Out rapidly. Amphis has Fever to his right, wants to get it to him. Kalias misses. Fever puts it onto the backboard. We have to have a good read here from Rule 1. So close to game 5. Champions Field is on our horizon as Kalias booms it as far as he possibly can. Fever returns the favor. Kalias gets in there. Amphis maybe with one more chance, but Ruas is going to charge him down too quickly. Amphis with not much boost, surely can't do anything here.
فازوا رول 1 قيامهم الثاني وعدلوا نتيجة الأقيام.
Is upon us.
Rule 1 hanging on by a thread.
وين الضحك من قبل شوي؟ تحول جد الآن.
There wasn't even overtime in that game.
فيفر 700 وهم خاسرين لأنه جاب 8 صدات.
That was perhaps the turning point here for Rule 1 in the deciding game, Game 5 on Champions Field.
Pressure was over. They'd already done the hard part of their day and guaranteed worlds, but now they are here, James, in Game 5 against Rule 1, and suddenly all that tension rises back up. Who's going to take it?
ندخل في الجيم الخامس والأخير، ركلة مزيفة من رول 1. من البداية يطمحون في مفاجأة الخصم بهدف، لكن الركلات المزيفة سيف ذو حدين، إن لم تقطعه قطع الكرة وخلاص ما في لعب. هذا تأثير حماس الجيم الأخير، والآن ما في أفضلية الباور، كلا الفريقين تحت ضغط الخسارة والخروج التام من البطولة. وروس صد هجمة قوية من أنفس بعد مناولة من فيفر.
It does find its way over to Fever. Fever with the pinch. But the pinch did not have enough power on it.
You gotta love it when a pinch goes goalwards, but you also love it when a ceiling play almost comes off. Who's arriving? It's Kalias.
Wow!
The striker of the side has to think that he gets another chance via Mossen, and Mossen doesn't make the mistake.
بعد رمية كليرز اللي ظنوها هدف لكن ما كانت قوية، استلمها روس من الدفاع وناولها المحسن اللي قدر يشوتها كويس ويجيب الهدف الأول.
It's going to be able to pound that shot into the near post. But a great play from Ruas to get that pass over, being a facilitator. And Rule 1, they should have had that. I mean, they at least should have had a shot on net there, but they recover anyway. And we'll take this early lead.
أنفس صدم روس في الجو وبدأوا يطلعون كروت جديدة في الجيم الأخير.
What can Power do now?
They've figured out Power. They've figured out their own region coming up against Falcons. It's taken them an infinite amount of time to be here, the representative of their region. And now they're here once more, showing their nerve, showing how they can learn from game to game, play to play, series to series. Power though, they remain alive. On the ball now, Fever into the center. Kalias is what he wanted, but his pass wasn't quite perfect for Ruas.
كلنا نعرف ان هدف واحد مرة ما يضمن الفوز، بالذات في الايام الاخيرة شفنا اهداف كثيرة، فلازم رول 1 يبحثون عن التقدم بهدفين او 3 اقل شيء، لانه باور راح يستمرون بالهجوم الين يعدلون.
Inside when they started to demo much more, especially at the midfield, taking Power out from behind.
Fever, he delays his dodge and gets it high, but Mossen, he's been filling in the blanks for the last couple of games. He sets up Kalias. Rule 1 go 2 up.
فيفر غلط الغلطة وبعد الكرة عنه بدل الدحرجة الجوية، فقدر يقطعها منه محسن ويناولها الكليرز اللي سبق تورز وشات قنصة على الزاوية اليسار، وفعلا جاب لهم الهدف الثاني وكسر قلوب باور.
Amphis would have been there to block it.
Now we have a brand new paradigm in this series where Rule 1 are the ones that have to hang on. But they're a controlling team. They love being ahead. Power are going to chase. They're going to scrap for everything. Ruas into the center. Kalias takes him over. Suddenly Rule 1 looking as clean as anything. Kalias over the top. Mossen's almost in there. Power have to survive. You expect the next 30 seconds or so, or this one could be over by half time.
Power going into game 3. Hold on, that one just high. But going into game 3, Power had the possibility of getting a perfect sweep, but now
دفاع مزدوج من باور. تورسوس وهو متراجع لف واعترض، في نفس الوقت تقدم أنفس هو آخر لاعب اعترض، لكن روس بنقرة مثالية تعداهم اثنين والمرمى مفتوح وجاب الثالث.
Overextension in defense, and suddenly Ruas was completely and utterly free. Rule 1, 3 goals up, and surely there's no more dramas to be had here, especially as the kickoff is so effective for Rule 1. Mohsen pushes it forward.
ركلة بداية قوية من كليرز. تورسوس خلصها جهة محسن اللي قطعها وحولها على المرمى وجاب الرابع، واحنا لازلنا في النص الأول من الجيم، والآن أصبح كرت المسح العكسي على الطاولة. هو على الطاولة من ثاني هدف الصراحة، بس كنت خايف أذكر لأن ممكن يعدلون.
the play blew up in their face.
It's been such a long journey for Rule 1. As I said, they've been watching Falcons this whole time. Top 12s coming through again and again for MENA representatives. Now so close to top 8 for Rule 1. They just have to hold their nerve one more time. You'd expect that 4 goals is enough, but we saw it from FaZe against Optic. They lost the overtime, but they too were 4 goals down. These comebacks have happened.
They have, but they are so rare, especially on the international stage. Power, their time is running low, just over 2 minutes to get 4, and their offense has stagnated. That time though, they do make the play happen. Power showing some life.
فيفر يناولها في الجولة أنفس وتتعدى محسن. أنفس يسبق كليرز ويشوت سريع تصقع في سقف المرمى من الداخل وتلمس الأرض وتجي هدف. روس كان هناك بس فاتته التخليص الأسطورية على خط المرمى، وباور يقلصوا الفارق ل3 أهداف. غطي بطاقة المسح العكسي شوي، لسه عندهم دقيقتين.
Step up taller than you ever have before. A team that comes from a region that constantly has 3 teams battling it out. Right now, all that's in their sights is one of them.
like
There's a
that.
fake towards Amphis.
Oh.
Can't quite connect. That could have been huge.
That was such a smart play to leave that ball.
That was the respawn. It's not. It's 5-1.
كليرز كيل تورسوس. أنفس سرق بوست رول 1 والمرمى فاضي من أميال، كلهم عند مرمى رول 1. كليرز شات سريع قبل يرجع تورسوس وجاب الخامس.
For the pass, but the pass was too far away, and it ended up being an overextension by Power, leaving the net vulnerable. Rule 1 exploiting that, and now they are up 5-1. In a few of these games, Rule 1 has just run up the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's amazing. Since they've got going,
التوأم كادوا يسوون الرمية المزدوجة، أي رمية على المرمى كانت تجي هدف. باور الآن سووا تحديد على كلمة دفاع وقص من غير لصق، الآن صار عندهم هجوم فقط.
leave the understanding that they have between each other literally from birth. And you're seeing it now at the highest level of Rocket League esports competition. Ruas into the center. Torsos going to try and do something with this one. It's going to have to be amazing. It's to the backboard. He gets something going maybe. His Fever backflips it just wide.
I mean, you can even see the smile on Fever's face. You're not really expecting anyone to go for the backflip shot there.
باور جالسين يخترعون حركات، قاعدين يلعبون في بعد جديد، يبغون يشطحون بأي شيء يجيب لهم هدف.
In the front of his car, but it is a situation where Power is so far behind that I think even they know what's coming.
This is absolutely huge from Rule 1 though. To show
الدقيقة الأخيرة الباور مع الهجوم الثلاثي لا زال نظريا بإمكانهم التعديل، لكن لازم يتراجعوا. انسى الفكرة تماما، مستحيل يعدلون ضد فريق دفاعي جالس يحشيهم أهداف ما شاء الله.
against Falcons, a real changing of the guard is occurring, and based off this performance, you can see why.
Oh, no doubt about it. Clears putting in another one. We're almost to the legendary 7-1 scoreline. We'll see if
التحدي الآن أصبح على رول 1، هل يقدرون يجيبون برازيل 7-1؟
score in the first 2 games. They were just saving them up.
أنفيس ليش؟
So it might be apt if they are to be Brazil, but Amphis can ensure that.
بغوا يبدأون مشروع التعديل لما جات على البرازيل.
There's the 1v1 strat. You think you're past him, you think you're through, and then suddenly he's there next to you, getting a demo, stealing your boost. Then he's on the counter. Ruas, does he get the flip reset? Does he get his teammate to help him out of a bump?
دائما لما تجي على الهدف السابع يتغير مجرى المباراة، كل شيء إلا السابع.
Oh, this is just free fun time for Rule 1. They are the team that have done the hard work. They will be victorious.
Oh, no doubt about that. And Rule 1 really showing, that they can bounce back. In that situation where they were at risk of being perfect swept, how do they respond? You really look to that as a key moment of experience now for this Rule 1 team as they continue on in their journey here in Boston.
It might be one more goal. It is one more goal.
لا أستطيع تصديق ذلك. كيف الهدف السابع يجي من غير لا يصير شيء يخرب النتيجة؟
The region is under new ownership.
It's under new ownership, and they definitely own Power in this Game 5. Power, they had a strong start. They got their win against Ground Zero to go to Worlds, but their journey ends here. Rule 1, take down Power.
رول 1 يسوونها في باور، اعلى نتيجه واقوى رقم قياسي في الميجر هذا بكبره، وفوق هذا مسح عكسي ورساله واضحه بخط حجم 72 ان منطقه المينا هي اقوى من اوقيانوسيا، والضحك اللي قبل شوي تحول الى بكاء لانهم استهتروا بخصمهم اللي يعتبر الاقوى في المينا، وفي جيم كان ممكن يحسم لهم الفوز، لكن رول 1 سووا فيهم اقوى مسح عكسي ممكن تراه الاعين، وطلعوهم من البطوله وتاهلوا للجوله الثالثه في دوري الخاسرين اللي راح نشاهدها قريبا، والتصويت قريبا راح يكون للمنتسبين عشان نحدد السلسله القادمه عن اي لعبه تكون. يعطيكم العافيه على المشاهده والانتساب، ابقوا بسلام، واسبوفينيشن از اوت.